Hello again. I am once again on my way to work and thought that I would just do this video again on my way to work because it seems to work out better with me just processing as I'm on my way. So, intro, please like and subscribe. Please share my video, especially if it resonates with you. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. That's very important because not everybody has to agree with everything I say. I'm fine with that. So, that being said, let's just get on with the topic of today. I did a couple of videos that I haven't posted yet, and I'm still trying to decide whether I want to post them. Some of my videos that I've done they're things that come to mind that are really positive things to be able to share with the world. But then again, as I'm processing, I'm not always positive. Sometimes I'm complainy, and sometimes I just vent about, things going haywire in the world. Sometimes I have an issue or a problem with something, and I want to be able to share those things too. I haven't posted those videos yet, but I think I'm probably going to, just because I don't want this channel to be all about me thinking that I'm some kind of guru or acting like I'm some kind of guru that's, telling y'all how to be, because that's not what this is about. My channel is really about me just being me, and the good, the bad, the ugly, the flawed. I have flaws. I'm learning things as I go. So I don't want every single video, I don't think every single video should be like I'm somehow trying to instruct you, or like I'm just sharing all the positive things in my life and nothing ever goes wrong, because that couldn't be further from the truth. Things go wrong in life, and I think that I should be able to share both the good times and the not so good times, and the really trashy bad times, and the times when life is just kicking me down. So I really want to start to be a little bit more open with all of that. So I'm going to go through the other videos, and I don't edit my videos. There's nobody on the road today. So I don't edit. I just put them out the way they are. And so anyway, wanted to just share that some of the other videos I'm going to be putting out are not as necessarily positive, but I want them to be real. So that's kind of my intro into, just letting you know that I'm going to be putting out more things. I'm not going to be all negative all the time, but I just want a variety. In other words, I guess you could put it that way. So today's topic actually has to do kind of with that. I felt like the last couple of days I didn't get enough sleep. I spent a weekend doing things that weren't relaxing. Because I didn't regenerate and refresh. I went to work yesterday I went to work. I think it was yesterday, the day before. I don't even know what day it is anymore, but I was tired. I made it through the day just fine. I think today's Wednesday, so I made it through the day on Monday just fine, but I really was tired. And I learned a good lesson about the need for refreshing, for regenerating, for making my weekends about relaxing and not doing things that are stressful on the weekends. So the last couple days, I guess because of that, because I didn't refresh, I just felt kind of negative, and I was seeing more of the negative things in the world. Today I woke up much better. I took time last night and this morning to regroup, and there is a definite impact on, how we treat ourselves and what we allow ourselves to think, what we allow ourselves the input. I guess that's the best way to say it. Garbage in, garbage out has always been my motto. And if we invite garbage into our lives, we're going to have a garbage life. And if we invite only, things that are positive, refreshing, relaxing, kind, loving, light, when we invite those positive things into our life, then we're going to be enjoying more of the same, more of that. So it's not that you can always positive your way all the way through life. There are things that happen that you just can't I don't recommend what I call bleeping over bad things. You've got to feel the bad things. You've got to live in the bad things. You have to accept it, acknowledge it, accept it, address it, take it head on. You can't just kind of bury your head in the sand and pretend the bad things aren't happening. You can't pretend that negative emotions don't sweep you over. You can't pretend that the world isn't what it is. But you can decide what input you want, how you want to spend your time, whether you want to eat good foods or bad foods, whether you want to exercise, walk, get out in nature, or stay all closed in a dark house. We get to make those decisions, and I am starting to see a distinct correlation between my decision to do those positive things as opposed to allowing myself. And the crazy thing about it is you almost have to wonder why you would even want some of those negative things, but they're attractive. Some of those things are attractive. Like, we're attracted sometimes to watching channels that are negative. We're attracted sometimes to, food, for instance. I ate a freaking whole bag of Doritos this weekend because it was good. It wasn't as good as the salmon and broccoli, let's just face it. So our bodies, our physical selves tend to be attracted to things that are tasty and, make us, I don't even know what kind of satisfaction they bring to our physical selves, but for some reason they just seem more desirable than some of the things that are better for us. However, the more I make the choices to walk and eat right, the more I make the choices to do the things that nourish my body and my spirit, the more I make the choices to deny those negatives and bring in more of the positives, the more of the positives I want. And so what I'm working on right now is, I had gotten myself to this point where I was on this, high on life and just feeling really good about everything in my life and feeling good health-wise, or I have neuropathy, so I never feel perfect health-wise, but better health-wise. I was feeling just lots of love and lots of light, as you could probably tell in some of my videos, when I had this big enlightenment thing and got this new job, and I was like, everything's great. And I think that what the Bible defines as, or calls, backsliding is when we're living in that positive, like we've manifested all this positivity in our lives, and then we start to bring back in some of the things that aren't as good for us, and we start to allow those things to infiltrate, and then they affect us. I think, to me, that is a good example of what backsliding is, because I do feel like I slid back, not all the way back, but I slid back into more negative thought processes. I slid back into zeroing in and focusing in on what's wrong with the world instead of what's right with the world. I allowed myself to entertain negativity and negative things, and that brought a more negative mindset to my own life. And there is definitely a correlation between those two things. And I wanted to share that this morning because, yes, we do have the power and control over what life we create and what we do and what we have, and we're not in complete control over everything. It's not like, and I've said this before, it's not like I can click my heels together and say, I want billions of dollars, I want billions, 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 and they're just going to fall out of the sky. It doesn't work that way. But we do have a certain amount of say as to what we bring in and what is input and what comes back out of it. Life is an experiment. Life is really us kind of feeling our way through and finding what works and what doesn't work. And the older we get, the more we learn. Sometimes we learn from joy and sometimes we learn from pain. I have learned a lot from pain. And when something happens like this, like I don't take care of myself and I can feel the effects of it, then I know, hey, don't do that again. So it used to take like enormous amounts of pain for me to change. And I did notice that really it took a bag of Doritos and a day of not relaxing for me to say, I'm not going to do that again. It didn't take an entire decade of a relationship that was either abusive or, you know, not a good scene. It didn't take complete and total heartbreak to the point where I was emotionally, you know, on the floor. It didn't take losing 3 or 4 jobs. It didn't take all that for me to get to the point where I recognize instantly, gotta spend my time in nature, doing things that I love, bringing in love and light. Gotta be, just like the Bible says, dwell on those things. The Bible says that we are to think on those things. Think on the things of joy. Think of the things of peace. Think of the things of love, and think about those things, because if we allow ourselves to let angry voices and really, you know, bad vibes, I guess you could say, trickle in, they will start to come in and they'll start to form a cancer inside of our spirit, and it'll grow, and it can grow really fast. So lesson learned on my part, and I just wanted to share that this morning. And again, if you like my videos, please share them and please comment. I love to see comments. I love to interact. So I hope you're all having a great day. We're having a heat wave up north today, and everybody's saying, oh gosh, it's 95 degrees. And I woke up this morning, it was like 70 something, and I'm thinking this is like a March day in Florida. This is actually, the sun feels pretty good to me. I'm not really suffering from the heat wave, but I know there are people without air conditioning. I'm sitting in an air-conditioned car right now. I go to an air-conditioned office, so I don't want to be that spoiled brat that says, oh, it's no big deal, because there are people that literally do not have air conditioning, and I hope that they are able to get some ice. I highly recommend, if you're in a heat wave with no AC, put some ice around your neck. You know, it's this heat wave up north right now I think it's going to be for 5 days. We're in day 2 of it. And so, you know, stay indoors, keep the blinds closed, put ice around your neck, keep your head cool. And if you need to take cool showers or a cool bath, you know, do whatever you need to do to cool your body down while you're getting through this. I lived in Pennsylvania in the 80s when we had a major heat wave, and I lived in an upstairs apartment that had no AC, and I spent my days and evenings they had a big clawfoot tub. It didn't even have a shower, just a big tub, and I like put ice and got that tub nice and cool and just hung out in the tub like I was in a pool. But whatever you need to do, if you need to get out into like stores or grocery stores or someplace where it is air conditioned, go to a restaurant, maybe just order, you know, a drink and a dessert or an appetizer if you can afford that. Let them know that you really need to escape the heat, but take care of yourself and hydrate. Lots and lots and lots of water. Hydrate. Okay, well, that's it. I'm up to like 13 and a half minutes, and now I'm just rambling, so I need to get into the office. And again, y'all have a nice day. I will see you next time.